Hey, do you remember this property?
It had a massive transformation.
Let's go on in and show you what we've done. Come on in.
Come on.
It's so much more brighter than it was before.
Oh yes. And I love the ceiling height as well.
Super bright and airy, this space. I remember we just had the one dormer at the front. Now we've got a couple of other, well, 3 other Veluxes in here as well. So really lets the light flood in this room.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes it so much more spacious, and we've opened up the eaves as well in this one, so it just creates that.
So it just feels a lot bigger now, you know, unless you're even shorter than me, you can't walk all the way to the end, but it just feels a lot nicer on the top floor here, having this much space with light shining in from all sides.
I think that the things we've done here as well was actually to maximize the space, so like the built-in desk space, we've got the built-in wardrobe as well, and just kind of smartly laying out the furniture to maximize, because it's quite awkward sometimes to design these spaces with both sides of the roof being kind of pitched as well.
Yeah. On a previous video when I was up here, when this was all stripped out, I remember just about balancing on the edge over here. It looks completely different now. Absolutely amazing how it's been transformed, this space.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole house has undergone a massive transformation, and it's been planned out to the detail from before we even actually started the project, haven't we? So it's all about just kind of functional layout and making sure all the sockets are in the right places, the lights, the fitting. Because these spaces, especially in the lofts, are a bit more challenging to be creative with.
Yeah, we've got a great builder we work with. We can just leave them to it and say, you know, just do what you can. But, you know, as managing the project, you spend an enormous amount of time planning out the detail as well. So in the end, we end up with an amazing product.
Yeah, and, you know, it's not just us. We've got a good team behind us, and we have input from our designer, and she's kind of been really helpful trying to kind of model everything out, get all the colors in place. And we have really stepped up even the game with the tech in this house, even from the previous ones. And we've always been just kind of, you know, adding things in. And one of the new things we've added in this project is actually the new heating thermostat system. So it's a Tado system that allows each tenant to actually control the temperature in their own room, so they can kind of, you know, call for heat, as opposed to having the full house just being heated once on a time.
The previous thermostats we were using, they were fairly advanced as well, the Inspire ones.
Yes.
We've used those for many years. They've gone through various different iterations as they've evolved as well. But this is really a step further from that now. So rather than the heating in the whole house or per floor, it's down to per radiator being controlled by the person here.
You know, even when we have, say, a room going through a marketing phase, if we don't need to kind of heat that particular room, we can just switch off, zone it off as well. So it kind of, you know, cost-wise as well is great, I think.
And when we talk about tech, it's not just it's a case of that functionality, but the fact that we can manage these things remotely from the office.
Yes.
We don't have to come here to do some of these things.
Yeah, and I think it's really appealing for the tenants. You know, it's not many people are doing this, and obviously with the ubiquitous Wi-Fi dishes where we have super fast Wi-Fi along with the RJ45 connections for every room and everything else.
Home working, phones, IP phones, PlayStations, you know, these are things that are important. These are things that tenants want. They want to make sure that they've got good connectivity, the internet speed's really good, nice, clean, modern environment.
Exactly.
And you know, the detail that you put in with every project that we do, down to, you know, where the fittings are, exactly where everything's kind of measured down to the millimeter, pretty much.
It is. I mean, yeah, the space functionality is the most important thing. But you know, all these extra features, yes, they cost money, but I think for end valuations, for the rents we're able to achieve, it just makes a massive difference because it's unique.
It's about making it profitable. So let's jump and go and have a look into one of the other rooms, and we'll continue the conversation there.
Yes, come on through.
This is another really lovely room. I guess the reality is the whole house just looks absolutely stunning. And sometimes people comment on the fact that we spend so much money on these houses, creating these spaces and making them so nice, literally like a hotel. They're that nice. But the reality is, you know, we know what we're doing. We know how much money we need to spend to create the value, to get fantastic cash flow from these properties. So, you know, there's an enormous amount of work that you've kind of project managed on this.
Yeah, I mean, the whole house has gone back to brick. It's completely all ripped up. It started life, obviously, it was originally a 6-person HMO then when we took it on. But in order for us to maximize the space, really kind of create to what it is now, we had to go back to brick across. The roofs came off at the back. You know, we've done the extension on the back end of the bit over where the new roof has been formed. It's been fully rewired, replumbed. We've even upgraded the power supply with Western Power to cater for the new spec of the house, because the amount of spotlights we have in this house. And the whole thing has been fully transformed. We reconfigured the rooms, moved a lot of the doors into the right positions to make sure we can fit all the furniture the way we want to, have the seating areas, the extra space for tenants, just to create them the functional space. Because I think, you know, we do see a lot of other projects as well, and sometimes you go and have a look and it's just, you think, well, why was it laid out this way? We can actually plan. Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas spending a lot of time in advance down to the detail of exactly where everything's going to go, what type of items are going to go where, and having it pulled together in this way, yes, it looks great, but people don't see the effort that's gone in beforehand. And with our projects, ultimately what we want to do, we want them to cash flow really well, produce really good money, and we want to push up the capital value so we can refinance them. And we'll talk about the financing in a few minutes, so make sure you watch all the way to the end to get the numbers and the financing.
Yeah, and it's with this particular project, I mean, what we focus on is not about cramping the more units into a place. It's about having them spacious. Like the bathrooms are like nice, spacious. You've got good shower trays.
They're huge.
Exactly.
The bathrooms, but they're a great selling point for tenants.
Exactly, and the thing as well, we actually have like, full-size sinks with the vanities, plenty of storage space, plenty of like bedsides, under bed storage. A lot of full-size wardrobes, chests. It's just functional spaces, isn't it, at the end of the day? And I think in order for us to achieve that setup, we do prefer to go back to brick and just start fresh and create the ultimate feel, because everything's soundboard, you've got insulation, it's all about making more comfortable for the people living here. And our tenants tend to stay longer probably in our units than majority of other homes that you probably kind of go through with them, and it's because of the comfort, and the location is great. We're always central, bus stops, shopping routes around. And this, without exception, again, it's key location, Birmingham, premium area.
Great house, great location. It's a no-brainer for the tenants. Do you like the fake smile?
Which camera am I looking at? This one. This one.
Okay. So super. Let's try again. Super bright and airy, this space. I remember we just had this one Velux at the front. Not Velux, let's go again. IDAS, all that is well and good, but people just love the numbers, so let's talk about the numbers.
So we've actually purchased the property for 260,000.
We did buy it for 260,000. I guess the interesting bit is we actually didn't put any money into it. Yes. We'll talk about that in a moment.
We'll talk about it in a moment. And we've spent about 150,000 plus on the full setup.
We're still waiting for some of the build out finalized completely yet. Yeah.
And at this current setup, we're expecting over £50,000 per year in gross rent.
As a gross rent, bringing in 50 grand a year, that's probably twice an average salary what somebody earns. So one property like this is pretty much life changing.
And not to mention the value add we've done in
Yeah.
just uplifting the value.
Substantial amount of value, could be 100 grand that we've created in value in this property as well, just from the work that we've done. So to drill down into the numbers in terms of exactly how we've done it, how we managed to structure it, no money down, and also more of the structural work that we've done, how we've created the value add. We've managed to actually get approval for a 7th person as well in the property. So all that we can get from...
Well guys, click on the link here. That's going to take you to my channel, and Saj and I will be discussing exactly how we've done a no money down structure and all the figures, and we'll have a bit more walkthrough on some of the works we've done.
Yeah, Idas has been doing some great work into his channel, so that video just over here will be on his channel, and we'll see you over on that one. Just click on this just now